everyone. Hi, this is a little bit strange. You're supposed to have a headphone. My name is Charles Ferlin. I am the Vice President and General Manager of our Edge Computing and Telecom business here at Lenovo Infrastructure Group. As I was saying, it's a bit strange to be presenting in front of an audience and can't hear really what you're saying. And it's not a competition with Stage 2, because obviously we know who would win that competition. We all know that. So what is edge computing? And I thought I'd give you a few snapshots and key facts of what is edge computing. And I would say that so far at Lenovo, we shipped over 200,000 devices, client edge, server edge. We have 10 ThinkEdge product in our portfolio, and specifically for China, we have another 10 brands that are specifically dedicated for the China market. Typically, our product have twice the capacity and can hold 3 times the acceleration performance cards or GPUs than any of our other competition. And we do this at half the noise level of our competitor. Why? Because we designed this system to be optimized for AI. We actually hold the world record for AI performance, and GPU for GPU with NVIDIA and Qualcomm, we actually have the highest performance GPU performance in form factor than anybody else on the market. And that is why we have been growing for 9 consecutive quarters on the market. So why is edge computing so important? And to understand the rationale behind it is the massive amount of data that is now generated at the edge. Typically, all the data was in the data center, at the mainframe somewhere. Now we have cameras capturing video 24/7 in retail stores, in schools, in factories, all over the world, right? Well, that amount of data is typically not processed. What happens is we typically put this into an archiving system, a video management system, and in case of a major incident, we go back to the tape, if you want, and we look at the incident video at that moment. Well, now by introducing edge computing directly at the site, we're able to process this information and find the insight and find valuable data for our organization. Because to bring the data so big all the way to the cloud, you will need a massive amount of network, which is impractical and economically challenging. It also increases your cost operation on the cloud environment. So basically, the big innovation that happened is that we were able to take a server that looks like this in the data center and put it in a much smaller, much more ruggedized, much more compact form factor to be deployed in the edge type of environment. That's the big innovation. That is what edge computing is all about. It's about having the same performance you'll find in a data center in a small, ruggedized, quiet, and secure form factor that you can process data where it's created at the edge. Edge being the store, the factory, the school, the retail, the restaurants, and so on and so on. So we see 2 key trends with our customers at the moment, right? The first phase around edge computing. The first phase being a consolidation phase, where there's multiple devices that are combined into one platform. And the second phase that typically follows that is an acceleration phase using AI to bring more value to their organization, right? Let me start by talking about consolidation, and what it means is when you go to any store, any facility, you'll typically find a slew of equipment. You'll find equipment for a point of sale, you'll have a media gateway, you'll have a payment terminal, and you'll have multiple devices, each one fulfilling a specific purpose, each one having a specific operating system, and they all expose a different security risk by having individual operating system. They also, when you wanted to introduce AI, you realize that none of them are powerful enough to actually host some of these AI workloads. So that is the problem that we see in many of those locations, is a sprawl of many different devices, each fulfilling one single function. So that's why we introduced, with our ThinkEdge portfolio, a brand called ThinkAgile. Think of ThinkAgile as a prepackaged solution that has hardware and an extension of your cloud, either that be VMware, Microsoft, Nutanix, or others, so that you can seamlessly decide to run your workloads, your application, on a cloud platform. But if it makes more sense to run it on-premise at the site, you can seamlessly move it to your premise on your location. You can do this for better performance, as I said, and avoid moving all of the data to the cloud. And you can do this as well for resiliency. In case of a network outage, your operation can completely work without having any network connectivity. I want to introduce you to Grupo Pinza, and this morning Kirk mentioned it a little bit, but Grupo Pinza is one of our customers in South America who are actually operating a fishing fleet, right? And they wanted to use AI on their boat to actually look at the size of the fishes that when they're emptying their nets on the boat, evaluate the size of the fish so they can signal back to the harbor, say, hey, we're coming back into the harbor, we estimate we have that much fish, and therefore we need that many personnel and that many material to process all of that. Turns out that the captain's estimate was always overinflated on the quantities that they had captured. So Grupo Pinza couldn't be with us today, but they sent this video that explains a little bit what they're doing.
We fish more than 75,000 tons per year. We are the largest fleet in Latin America, which is why efficiency is the most important thing. Tuna fishing is a complicated process. You have to be locating, chasing, and capturing it. A tuna never sleeps. We wanted to get away from precarious processes, such as the spreadsheets that were used, and that is why we chose Lenovo. Lenovo Edge servers are so compact that they fit into the small deck of a ship. And they are tough enough to withstand sea conditions. Thanks to Lenovo, we can process thousands of records in real time that help the company's decision making. Our fleet is better coordinated than ever.
All right. So there's many use cases at Grupo Pinza. I can give you an example of Sonny's Car Wash in Florida, they are the largest producer of a car wash in the world. And they are using AI cameras at the entrance and at the exit of their tunnel that washes the car, and using our ThinkEdge portfolio are able to analyze the quality of the washing process. Did they forget any spot? Or if one car is actually damaged, they will notify the staff on site to say, do not let that car come in. It has a bumper that is barely hanging off, right? Or if they detect a ski rack on top of the car, well, they'll be able to advertise ski material in the tunnel while the person is waiting and the car is being washed, so they're able to target some specialized marketing. I can talk to you about energy efficiency, one of the largest German retailer who actually deployed our edge computing in their refrigerator to monitor the temperature of the fridge, to make sure that the temperature is always at the right temperature for some of the produce, like meat and fishes and all that, but not over freeze or not over cold refrigerate some of the fresh products like tomatoes and salad that would become dry very fast. They're able to reduce their energy consumption by 30% simply by more efficiently monitoring the refrigerator temperature, adjusting it in real time, and while all of this while meeting their regulatory obligation for each of the products. Right? There's many use cases around retail as well. When we're looking at Kroger being the largest retailer grocery chain in the US, we've deployed edge computing that actually detects shrinkage at the self-checkout. People actually forgetting to scan an object when they checked out, right? And sending a notification on the point of sale to say, by the way, we think you forgot to scan this object. 80% of the time, people just rescan the object, right? They don't unleash the dogs after the customers, but seeing your picture on the point of sale with the video, not scanning the object, say, all right, you got me. And there's many use cases like this that allow our customer to benefit from AI to improve the customer satisfaction. One of them is Sensormatic, and I'm gonna focus on them a little bit. They're a Johnson Control organization. And basically, they're using our AI technology to improving the customer interaction in-person retail experience.
Last year, the global retail market generated sales of over $27 trillion. And innovators like Sensormatic Solutions are helping retailers integrate digital conveniences into a physical environment using industry-specific AI and computer vision from tech leaders like Lenovo and Intel.
Computer vision turns simple cameras into the eyes of a sophisticated interpretive system. but real-time video processing takes a lot more compute power. That means deploying a robust, scalable solution that will work with the video infrastructure our customers already have. But none of this would be possible without top-of-the-line edge AI tools and scalable processors.
When you combine Lenovo's global scale and Sensormatic Solutions' deep retail expertise with Intel's hardware-agnostic platform, it truly distinguishes our computer vision offerings in the market. For our customers, that means a new world of possibilities for retailers and shoppers alike.
All right, so again, use cases like these are only possible because we're able to bring the compute capability that we would find in the cloud in a small, compact, ruggedized, quiet form factor that operates directly in the store. And these use cases are now becoming possible. And there's more. I can go on for another 3 hours, but I only have 20 minutes. But I want to share with you one of the Las Condes. That is the largest and richest neighborhood in the city of Santiago. They have deployed 2,200 cameras throughout the city and our edge servers mounted on poles down the street. You don't want to bring all of these video input to a control center. You would be overwhelming the people over there to know what is a real incident, what is not a real incident. Rather, with a partner called VSAS, you can see a demo over there, they trained the model to recognize that if somebody's standing in the streets with their arms in the air, it's probably something wrong, right? And at that moment, that clip is relayed to one of the 3 operating centers. And at that point, somebody, a human, looks at it and says, yeah, these are kids actually playing in the street, that's fine. Or no, it's actually a robbery, I guess, and they will send the proper authorities. Or other companies, maybe like Peak Technologies, which also showcased over here, looking at parcel in one of the largest logistic companies in the world that are looking at parcel on a conveyor belt and being able to recognize if one of the boxes is damaged and needs to be repackaged, right? This happens in real time. Video analytics on a conveyor belt, the faster you can move, the faster you can handle the video input and recognize a damaged box, the faster the conveyor belt can move, the faster the parcel are actually delivered, right? So I talked a lot about some of the examples of our AI innovation labs. These are the partners at the top. We have 50 or more of these partners, and these are one of the key pillars of our ThinkEdge strategy. Bringing an independent software vendor solution that can help you keep your refrigerator at the right temperature, help with shrinkage at the self-checkout, looking at logistic conveyor belt and repackaging the box. We also have our services capability. That's one of our strengths because by the very nature of edge computing, the decision might be centralized in one location, but by definition, edge computing is all over the world. Lenovo can offer an installation package in 180 markets and offer this as an operation OpEx model with our TrueScale services. But really what we quickly realized, and what I appreciate the most, is our Lenovo Open Cloud Automation. This is really a tool that saved our life in many of the projects where we're deploying edge computing. Because guess what? In the lab, always works. In the 10 pilot sites that we selected, smashed it, awesome. But then we need to deploy this in 8,000 locations across the US, and things fall apart. Why? Because we typically have to do a lot of manual work, a lot of manual steps, where we ship all the equipment in one location. Somebody unbox the equipment, install the software, repackage it, ship it to the destination. It's a logistic nightmare. It takes weeks, and there's often errors. So what we did instead is use Lenovo. We developed a tool called Lenovo Open Cloud Automation that actually allows us to ship directly from our factory to the end customer site, where somebody unpack the box, securely activate it, and the rest of the deployment is automated. We're able to reduce the installation process by 60%, as well as having more than 80% less resources involved. And if we're looking at the carbon footprint, it's probably 60% more efficient instead of shipping equipment back and forth all over the world. So how it works is we'll automatically detect the equipment being installed. We'll put it in a dynamic management database so that we can keep inventory of where the equipment is, and we'll start deploying that in real time. And I want to show you how that works, because if I can do it, pretty much a lot of people can do it as well. So we thought that 2 videos was not enough. I would do a live demo at the same time as well. So we're testing. So if we can flip the screen, please. If we can flip the screen. Brilliant. So basically, you can imagine I'm a technician going at that edge site. I simply install the box on the wall. I have an edge server over here. I can mount it on the wall. I can install it on the tablet. I can do a very simple physical installation. Rather than sending the IT person on site to do the installation, we have Lenovo Open Cloud Automation that actually allows us to, at this stage, connect using an iPhone or using a Motorola phone, using a tablet, using a laptop. You connect to the management port and you simply activate the device. You click next, you select the site where it is. We're at Tech World. You click next and you basically let it go. At that point, the entire installation is happening in the background, and we'll go back to the main screen and continue my slide, but we'll come back to show you that it has successfully completed in a minute. So if we can go back to my slides, please. Okay, I won't go into all the detail, but I just want to explain that we have a very comprehensive portfolio that ranges from a very small SE10, which is our Intel Atom type processor, all the way to our data center product with servers in the middle, edge servers that are using Xeon technology and AMD type technology as well. We not only have the most comprehensive portfolio on the market, but we purposely designed it for Edge AI. What I mean by this is that, as I said in my opening, we have the world record for the highest AI inferencing. Why? Because we designed these systems to be highly optimized for GPU acceleration or AI acceleration, and therefore have the world record on the fastest performance per GPU. I want to give you a little bit of a feeling as to why is edge computing very unique. There's a lot of unique requirements, and we have designed this system to be ruggedized. They can operate in a wide range of temperature. We've designed this to operate in vehicles, so there's a high level of shock and vibration. Dust filtering. Kirk talked about the farm in the UK using our edge servers. Guess what? There was a spider webs all over the equipment, so we have smart sensors that will detect that there's less air intake. And we have over 6 acoustic engineers just working on the sound of the server, because this is deployed in the edge where users are actually working. And if we can click on the video at the bottom, I'll show you what the edge should sound like.
Does your edge server sound like this? Life can be noisy. Your edge devices shouldn't be. Lenovo outperforms the competition in noise reduction. Lenovo ThinkEdge series. Built for performance, quiet by design.
All right. So I don't know if the sound came across, but obviously if you're going to spend your day in an office with a device screaming 80 decibel, that's a distraction. So let me continue a little bit with, on the next slide, on my last slide over here. Basically, the key message I really want to bring home is the fact that we do have in our portfolio, start with a consolidation effort, right? We do have a wide range of products that allow you to start with very small workload or host many different type of workload all on the same platform. We have a very dynamic AI innovation center. These are partners that are providing solutions for all type of industries, in retail, in gaming, in logistics, in healthcare, in education. Please come and visit them over there. And really, we're working with our services team to help securely deploy this infrastructure so that you have a successful edge deployment. So before I thank you and I wrap this up, if we can go back to the screen and show if the installation has completed successfully, so that I'm not making this up. If you can go back to, I need to click. If we can go back to the screen. Did it success? No, it's not completed. It takes about 8 to 9 to 12 minutes. We'll let it go, but bottom line, you get the point that you can have an installation where a technician simply go, install the device, securely activate it, click next, and go home, and then after a few minutes, everything will be completed and set up. With that, I want to thank you very much. Take time to visit our AI Innovation Center in Edge section, and have a good day.